Claire, you know, it seems like embroidering on ready-to-wear or things that you make yourself is so important, but not all of us have embroidery machines. They're either too expensive or we might not do it but 1 or 2 times. You've come up with a way we can do embroidery on just a regular machine.
Yeah, even a treadle.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
if you want to work out, you can push on the pedals.
You could work out,
Yeah.
okay.
And we do so by the shape of the Octi-Hoops.
And when you were here before, that's the first time I had ever heard of these.
Right. And they have an unusual surface on the backside that allows us to stick a sticker on the backside.
Oh, I can feel that. Uh-huh.
It also makes it really slippery, so it slides well on your sewing machine for quilting.
Uh-huh.
That little t-shirt would be a real problem to put into a conventional
oh, it's so
hoop,
tiny.
wouldn't it?
Uh-huh. It really would.
So what we do, instead of actually putting that into hoops, we take stick and rinse or stick and tear stabilizer, which comes inside the kit.
And it's it has an adhesive?
Yes, it's a sticker with a release liner.
Oh,
so you cut it to the shape of the hoop.
Whichever, and so on this, obviously, we'd use the very smallest one.
Whichever one is the littlest for the item that you're going to do. Now, if you wanted to sew a larger item or a larger design, then you would use the largest frame. But sometimes the item is so big that it covers up the hoop. And if it were so big that it would cover up the hoop, we wouldn't be able to put these handles into the hole. And then we would take
show us what
the
that
smaller
does in a
frame,
minute.
put it on top, and now you would hold on to them. And that's why we have 3 in the kit.
Now you also have these in a larger size too, for people who want to do machine embroidery.
Actually, we have something like this for machines that do embroidery.
And this isn't even the biggest one, is it?
This is just one of them. So for those of you who have an embroidery machine, you can do you can put up to 360 baby socks in one hooping.
Gosh, okay.
Should you want to do
so
that.
You have something for everyone.
Yes.
But this, what's
and
unique
this is
about
the principles about how it works is the stabilizer is able to be stretched really tight onto the back of the hoop. And once it is taut and sounds like a drum, then you're able to lay your fabric down on top. Now a t-shirt stretches. And even if hooped, it would continue to stretch, which makes them normally a real challenge. We adhere a stabilizer onto the back called Fabric Hold Light by ironing it on the polyester setting.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's that, and that is the actual
open this up.
material.
It's so thin, you wouldn't think it
Doesn't seem like it would do anything, huh? And we do iron the shiny side facing the iron. Doesn't seem like it would. So now we're able to adhere this
just a dry iron?
right onto. Yes, a dry iron.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Fabric
It takes a
hold.
second to iron that because it just bonds really well to the t-shirt. And now, instead of having to disfigure the t-shirt, you just lay the area that you want to embroider right onto there, and it's held in place.
Huh.
Isn't
And
that
so we're
neat?
going to stitch over this.
Yes, and that's a sticker done with our stick and rinse stabilizer.
And this is run through a printer.
Correct.
It sounds kind of complicated, but they can go to your website and
Right, but this is how it works, basically.
okay.
If you can print on your inkjet printer a photograph,
Printed that picture.
then you tape our clear stick and rinse stabilizer onto a piece of paper using Scotch tape, and then you print through it, creating
we're printing onto this.
Yes.
I see.
And then it creates a sticker with it has a release liner that you peel off, and you adhere that to your fabric, and then you simply color through it.
Well, for crying out loud, that's amazing.
It says paint by number, but no numbers.
But it's stitching by number.
And then when you're done, the stabilizer washes away. See how some stabilizer is still remaining? And then when you pull it away, there's nothing on the back but the thread.
The stitches.
And the stabilizer that is adhered to the frame gets swallowed up and buried between the two. And this stabilizer never washes out. So your embroidery will look the same today as it will 6 years from now, no matter how much it's been washed.
Oh, okay.
All of
Which
ours-
is important on children's clothes, especially.
So this is the sticker adhered onto it, and see it's repositionable. So you can position that right
If you
where
got
it
it
is.
crooked, you could just
And
simply
you
peel it
can't
off.
embroider in the wrong spot because you're going to embroider right through your sticker.
Okay.
Now, one of the most amazing things about the Octi-Hoops is that we can remove the foot on the sewing machine.
We don't need a
We'll
presser
take
foot
it away
at all.
completely. And basically, this is my invisible free motion foot. None at all. And by removing the presser foot, and we can lower our feed dogs, except for I absolutely have no idea how to lower them on this machine.
It's a brand new one.
Yes, haven't had it very long. So we'll just leave it up. And I'm going to select a straight stitch and reduce my tension 1 number less than normal.
So gosh, any sewing machine could do this.
Yeah, even if you can't lower your feed dogs, considering normally I would for filming, so we'll see if it taps a little bit. And then you don't even need to bring up your bobbin thread, but if you have a machine that requires it, bring your bobbin thread up. And then sew a few stitches. And then it's impossible to not know where to sew because you color with the same color thread that you see.
Now, are you trying to go completely
and
back
I really can't see anymore without my glasses.
So are you going to make it solid?
And then you just draw. So you see how I'm coloring?
Oh, I see.
And my hand is literally down on the table. So just like this, just like you would normally write. So your left hand rests on the frame if you're right-handed. And then your right hand sits that way. If you're left-handed, you simply switch it. And if you have a child, they start out with both handles at the same time.
And that's another thing you said, children can do this because it's so safe.
Yes.
They're not touching the needle area.
And it has to do with muscle memory. So one of the first things we have children do is start to color. And that's why they feel like crayons. Go ahead and feel that. Feel how it feels like a crayon.
Oh, I see.
So literally you're just coloring with your sewing machine. And no zigzag stitches used, which is why you can use this even on a featherweight or a treadle sewing machine. So if your sewing machine can do free motion, and that's listed in your instruction manual that came with your machine, then you can embroider just like this with your sewing machine. And you can also monogram. And we also use this for free motion quilting.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
This is what it would look like when you got through.
Yes, and when you're finished, the amazing thing is that you simply pull towards the embroidery. And as we do, the embroidery itself tears a hole. And this is the back side, and then the top. You will wash or rinse away the stick and rinse stabilizer so that you don't damage any of the fibers on the t-shirt
Right,
itself.
we really shouldn't try to rip that off. It's better to soak it or wash it.
Now this is the fabric hold light, and it was attached to the stabilizer instead of the shirt being attached to it, which protected the fibers of the shirt as well from becoming damaged. And as we removed the fabric hold light stabilizer from the stick and tear, a lot of names to remember.
It is.
Which is why there's instructions. We can now patch that.
Oh, so we can use this again?
Exactly. You just take it and, well, we'd want to make sure it fits the hole that we got. And then you take the release liner and lay it down and rub it, and it bonds to itself. And you can patch up to 20 times before needing to replace the entire piece.
Well, that's a great idea. Yes,
So
I
this
can
is
tell
how-
you thought of that because you didn't want to waste all of that.
Exactly. And you can also use the stick and rinse on the back of the frame and embroider things like scarves and wedding veils and not have any stabilizer remaining after you're done with the embroidery.
Just amazing. And what's so nice is to think that somebody that doesn't have a big computerized machine like this can do it with just their simple one.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for showing us how to do embroidery.
And it's something that we can do with our grandchildren.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Claire.
Oh, my pleasure.